Good afternoon. My name is Balachissa, outstanding singer. I am a member of the Uudishek clan and also a child of the Uudishek clan of the Apsalogan Nation. I am a proud product of Little Bighorn College in Crow Agency, Montana, where I have been a student, faculty member, and administrator, and where I am now president. I represent the nation's 37 tribal colleges and universities, 32 of them which are designated as 1994 land-grant institutions. In 1994, the American Indian reservations on which tribal colleges are located became the last lands under the American flag to receive land-grant status. Today, 150 years after the first Morrill Act was enacted, specifically to bring education to the people, the 1994 institution, more so than many other institutions of higher education, epitomize the original intent of the 1862 legislation. We are truly community-based institutions. Being designated as a land-grant institution is important to us because we are people of a place. Place defines who we are. Our stories, songs, and language come from the lands, waters, mountains, plants, and wind. Most of our land, the remaining tribal land in North America, is forest or agricultural land. In fact, of the 72+ million acres that comprise American Indian reservations, more than 75% are agricultural and forestry holdings. Our connections to the land-grant system and the U.S. Department of Agriculture represent real opportunities and hope for us. I am honored to begin the afternoon session of this historic gathering, celebrating our common connection to the land, the education of our people, and the wisdom and foresight of our ancestors. As one of my elders once stated, the Creator does not make mistakes in what He has created. In the natural resources, we have land, water, animals, plants, wind, and fire. Included in that is humans. I believe that when Senator Justin Morrill sat down to write the first land-grant legislation, he had a vision in his mind of young people, energetic, motivated, and committed to making a better world. He wrote this legislation for them, for their future. I am now pleased to introduce two outstanding representatives of Senator Morrill's vision, two students of America. The first student that will come to the podium to speak is Meghann Keely Morrill. Meghann is a magna cum laude graduate of the University of Nevada, Reno, and she recently graduated from the University of Virginia Law School, where she served as editor of the Virginia Tax Review. Meghann is also an internationally ranked athlete, a winner of numerous NCAA athletic awards and titles, a member of the U.S. national shooting team, a volunteer, and she is the great-great-grandniece of Senator Justin Morrill. The second speaker will be Darwin Cajero. Darwin's inherited tribal name is San Juan from his grandmother's. He is a member of the Jemez Pueblo, the father of two young daughters, and a student at one of the 1994 land-grant institutions, Southwestern Indian Polytechnical Institute in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Darwin commutes 55 miles each day to attend SIPI, where he is studying natural resources and geospatial information technology. He hopes to use his degree and expertise to help his tribe manage its water and other resources. Help me in welcoming Meghann to the podium.
Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this event today. It is such a pleasure to celebrate this landmark legislation in the history of American education and my family. Education is important in my family. That's one of the reasons I'm here today. I'm also here because my name happens to be Meghann Morrill, and several generations ago, my great-uncle, Justin Smith Morrill, was the sponsor of the Morrill Land Grant Act. Being related is a fortunate happenstance for me and my brother. It has given us a perspective and motivation to work hard and succeed. I'm fortunate enough to hold one of the 6 land-grant degrees in my immediate family, as my brother mentioned earlier. My father, the current leader with 3, has given us a bit of catching up to do. But it should be a good challenge. Growing up as a homeschooled student gave me ample opportunity to develop a love for learning, and my parents are still some of my best teachers today. We were not restricted, however, to the typical subjects. My parents ensured that not only did we learn more geography by mapping my father's globetrotting, and there was quite a bit of it, but we also studied our family history. In our studies, we gave a special focus to the Morrill Land-Grant Act. The knowledge that one of my direct ancestors was pivotal in establishing the availability of higher education for all Americans has given me a sense of my heritage, as well as a further understanding of the history of our great nation. It was, arguably, one of the most important pieces of legislation in the Civil War. And as a result, many land-grant universities still have a Morrill Hall on campuses today. My brother and I both have our graduation pictures in front of the Morrill Hall at the University of Nevada, Reno, our alma mater. Nevada was an incredible place to receive an education, but if there was not a land-grant university close to where I lived, would I have gone somewhere else? Most likely. But the point is, there was a land-grant university close by, and that is because of Justin Smith Morrill's belief in making practical education available to all, 74 land-grant institutions. As the son and grandson of blacksmiths, his education, which he frequently lamented, did not include collegiate training, but was limited to the district schools in the area where he grew up. But that did not stop him from public service, nor from sponsoring the bill to make higher education available to the sons and daughters of the common man. Originally, I chose to attend Nevada to pursue a veterinarian career due to the fine agricultural department at the university. But I changed my major, I ended up in the business school, and several years later, here I am fresh out of law school. The point is that Nevada had fantastic agricultural college, which, along with the mechanistic arts and military, were the original focuses of the Land-Grant Act, to build a strong foundation to support and for our nation to build upon. Certainly, Nevada has other fine colleges and departments. The education I received was everything I could have asked for in a university. I had amazing professors, intelligent and driven classmates, and opportunities for community involvement in all my free time after the athletic endeavors, of course. It is the university that Justin Smith Morrill would have envisioned. That belief in education and its inherent value remains central to my family. Attending Nevada led me to continue my exposure to a broader world, not just in education, but in everything that I do. Most recently, that led me to the University of Virginia School of Law, and I will continue that involvement in a law firm known for its service through annual pro bono work and community involvement. College is what you make of it, but the institution has to be there first. The information and tools await a student to take them, and with the aid of professors, mold it into an education. You make what you want of your education. That is what we need to remember. The Morrill Land-Grant Act gave me, and millions of other students, the opportunity to pursue and create the educational experience that we wanted, to give us a better chance to be prepared to mold the future. To make our country stronger is what Justin Smith Morrill wanted, and I believe that, as a true American statesman for the people, the result would make him proud. I know it makes me stand taller. I believe making education available is a cornerstone of American culture and the foundation of our great nation. Attending and graduating from a land-grant university was such an honor and a privilege, made greater by knowing that I had that chance because my relative believed that education was essential to all of the young people in our country, particularly the industrial and working class. Thank you again for allowing me to share my perspective in this celebration, and thank you to the University of Nevada for being the springboard for my higher education.
Thank you, Dr. Yarlott, for the introduction. Thank you, and she told she said, "Going to the take and you know, holiday and we can lay out in Hakukin, Wagi, Holokin, Homo, Holopeda, so that me Hakumato, late and Guyo, late and Monkin Gona, going to the Holo Gionhuta, Holotago, Tuyon Gona, and then at Quakitanta, Hakunga, Holozola, Holokin, Mole, Hologin was it that me, Hoss, Holokin, the Donsh Dashta, Quilochet, the Quakabadashta. Good afternoon. My name is Darwin Cajero. I am from the Pueblo of Famous, a tribal agricultural community located approximately 55 miles northwest of Albuquerque, New Mexico. My parents are Manuel and Mary Cajero. My fiance, Matilda Tosa, and I are proud parents of two beautiful daughters, Raylan and Merlina. As a tribal member of Jemez from the village of Walatoa, known as This Is the Place, I come from the Sun Clan, the lineage of my mother and grandmothers. I am a person that values my life, my family, and my Pueblo traditions and obligations. Before deciding to attend college, I was in the construction field for 10 years, continuing to farm as I have since childhood, growing chili and corn, our main source of food. I wanted to make changes in my life, but I knew I had to be sober and healthy. I also knew that I probably needed to refresh my academic skills and learn the ropes to succeed in college. I decided to attend the Southwestern Interpolytechnic Institute to study natural resources. SIPI is one of 37 tribal colleges in the U.S., 32 of which are designated as a 1994 land grant institution. They are the newest addition to the land grant system. SIPI has given me confidence, put the latest technology in my hands, and has opened a new network of opportunities. I've met good, hard-working students who strive to succeed in this competitive world. The scientific knowledge that I have gained has given me a wider view of our natural resources on our tribal lands. With education and experience, I can help my tribe to address the areas of wildlife management, water quality, green energy, and land use. These same areas are of concern to other tribes, as I learned on a recent visit to the Havasupai Nation at the bottom of the Grand Canyon. Many developments threaten the environment and destroy the land, communities, natural resources, and our ecosystem. I am very concerned because as Native people, we are taught to respect and preserve Mother Earth as well as our traditional ways of life, which coexist with the natural and spiritual world around us. This past April, I earned my certificate in geospatial information technologies. Now, I plan to attain my associate's and bachelor's degrees in natural resources management. As a result of my education, new career paths have opened to me which I never knew existed. I have worked with the Pueblo's Natural Resource Department. I have researched agricultural areas in Jemez and presented at the National Tribal GIS Conference. I have been selected to be a team leader on a geothermal outreach project working with my tribe this coming semester. Gaining this real-world experience enhances my employment opportunities. I am grateful for my experiences and use them as a basis to mentor individuals from Jemez and students on campus. It is my goal to share what I have learned with other students. I want to acknowledge the USDA and Congress for investing in the 1994 land grant institutions, for investing in me, and for investing in tribal communities throughout the nation. I want to emphasize that the tribal colleges exemplify the land grant mission. Tribal colleges truly expand educational opportunities that incorporate the importance of land from a tribal worldview along with the latest science and technology. Personally, I am very honored to be here as a 1994 land grant student representing all the tribal colleges. Tribal students and communities are making a contribution. We are an important part of the solution to issues facing our nation today. On behalf of my community of Jemez, I would to publicly thank Mr. Bill Gates for his investment in our tribe. In the past, he has contributed funds to support the development of tribal libraries to bridge the digital divide, and we have the only early college for Native students in New Mexico and 10th in the nation, which would have not been possible without his support. Mr. Gates, we sincerely thank you and invite you to come visit and see how your investments have impacted our community and opportunities they are providing our children and the youth. In conclusion, Mo te chin wo te mo no pa kwen ga ta lo ma to le o kwe yo le o kwa ka tu te kwen ha kwen ga ta lo se te kwe psh me ta lo kwa mo no bi mo no ke kwe mo ge no wa bu shen da shen ga ta lo kwe yo kwa mo cha mo lo ke kwen ga ta le ma da kwa mo chu shu no to lo ho gi to kwa ko kya pi pa je te na ha to ko sip ko kwa da ba tu ku le. In my Toa language, I thank you for taking the time to listen to me and ask our Creator to keep you safe and bless you with bountiful and fruitful lives and a safe return home to your families. Thank you.